everybody, how we doing today? As you know, I am Darth and welcome to my ride. Today we're gonna just do a couple little running around. I gotta go get some coffee because I'm out of coffee, and then I have to go and buy something to use against my younger son. He started to get into Nerf guns a little while ago, which is a good thing but a bad thing because my oldest son, when he was significantly younger, he was really into Nerf guns. And when I mean like really into Nerf guns, like I mean really into Nerf guns, to the point where he started to take them apart to make them in a way better than what they normally are. He would actually make pieces for the guns to make them fire faster or be able to change out an entire barrel, stuff like that. Like he was getting very creative with these guns. But the downside is as he grew older, he didn't use the guns anymore. Very illegal. Don't do this at home, kids. Anyways, he didn't use the guns anymore, so we ended up giving them all away to one of my wife's co-workers' kids because he was starting to get into them. And now here we are with another little boy who is into them. And now we're all, why did we get rid of all these guns? That would have been awesome. Save us so much money, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, so yeah, my youngest son is now getting into Nerf guns. So I'm currently going to go buy some stuff to be able to have little Nerf wars with him. Because it's fun. If you haven't done it or haven't done it in a while, I highly recommend you do it. Go get yourself a little Nerf gun, have some fun with him. Easy way to let off some steam. Shooting your family, you know how it is. So that's what we're going to do today. And while we're doing that, we might discuss a couple things. Some things, current events, I guess, as you will, that are happening in my fair city. And I will explain all that when I'm done getting my coffee. Okay, so we made my little stop, got my coffee. No, it's not like an actual coffee that I'm drinking right now. It's for my Keurig at home. I didn't have any more, so I need to stop and get some more. Because, well, you can't start your day without having a coffee. So anyways, one of the little topics that's floating around my city right now, and in case you don't remember, I live in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. But one of the topics is Uber. If you don't know what Uber is, it's kind of like a ride-sharing thing. It's kind of like a taxi service, but not a taxi. There's private people, could be like you or me, and we hire our cars out to pick people up. People find us in the area. It's on a little app that you can get for your phone. The driver sets out how much it's going to cost to get from point A to point B, and the passenger decides whether or not that's a fair price. That's pretty much the long and short of it. I know there's probably more to it that I don't understand, but that's the long and short of it. But anyways, right now what's going on is the cab drivers in my fair city are pissed about Uber coming into town here, and that they're trying to have city council say, nope, you can't allow them in because they're going to take all of our business and it's not fair because they don't have to follow the same guidelines that we do. And that's right, they don't. Now, whether or not that's fair, I don't know. Me personally, I can't stand cab drivers. I hate them all. I truly hate them all. And the reason for that is because they are supposed to be professional drivers, which means you do that for a living. You are held now to a higher level of expectancy. But they drive like assholes. They park wherever the hell they feel like it. They stop in the middle of the street, double park, the whole 9 yards. It's sickening. They have, in my city, they have their own parking stalls at some malls, where the malls have agreed to allow them to have their own parking stalls. They have a little sign put up. Be like if you saw a handicap sign. Well, that's what they have for their cabs, saying that these spots are reserved for whatever type of cab. Because we have different type of cab companies here in town. Like, for example, right there you have Yellow Cab. We also have Capital and so on and so forth. But nobody else is allowed to park in those stalls, except for those cab drivers. But yet, they will park right in front of the goddamn stores. Anyways, I'm going to go do my shopping, and I'll be right back, and we'll continue this. Okay, so I just finished getting all my ammunition and a new clip for the Nerf gun. They didn't have the clip I wanted. They're all sold out. I wanted this little circular drum. It's pretty badass, if you ask me. Pretty badass. Anyways, so like I was saying, Uber versus cab driver. You guys all must have had this experience wherever it is you live, but cab drivers they feel that they can do whatever they want, wherever they want, and however they want. The road rules don't apply to them, nothing like that. And that's what drives me nuts, and that's why I cannot stand them. Again, like I mentioned, they're supposed to be professional drivers, they're supposed to do all these different things, and yet they don't. They make all drivers look bad because of these ignorant pricks. So I give them no sympathy whatsoever when they're crying foul about how Uber's coming in and taking some of the rides from them and undercutting them. Well, too bad. I truly don't feel sorry for you. If maybe you did better at what you're supposed to be doing, you would get the public behind you. It's public sympathy. But when the public kind of despises you, then you don't get any sympathy. You just sound like an immature little kid crying and whining because somebody else has got a different toy than you. Now I know I'm just simplifying everything and making things overly generalized, but that's the nut and bolts of it. They're pissed off that Uber is allowed to come in, set up shop, and they don't have to follow the same guidelines that cab companies have to. Oh well, change your business model then. Do what you need to do to combat that. But you're afraid of competition. And that's really what it's coming down to, competition. You don't like the fact that somebody else can come in here and start to do the same job that you're doing. Well, again, I feel no sympathy for you. You're just a piece of garbage. It's jealousy, envy, whatever you want to call it. Now, I do understand that they do have some points because the Uber drivers don't have to be regulated the same way that they are. Not yet. But that's where City Council is trying to make the playing field a little bit more even. Like they still need to carry, like I'm talking about the Uber drivers. The Uber drivers still need to carry commercial insurance to protect everybody, which more than likely they won't. Because speaking as somebody who many years ago used to deliver pizzas, I was supposed to have commercial insurance. Actually, pretty much anybody that delivers pizzas is supposed to have commercial insurance because your vehicle is a commercial vehicle. But we don't. And why don't we? Because it costs too bloody much. And that's what it's going to come down to for the Uber drivers. It just costs too much. So they're not going to do it, which is now going to put them at risk. It's going to put everybody else at risk. But that's on their head. They're the ones that are going to be getting sued, like in a civil lawsuit for all this, and then that's going to bankrupt them. Oh well, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. So that's one of the things that's happening in my fair city right now. Everybody's all on board of that. That seems to be the new hot button topic for right now. So I will leave that one with you fine folks. If you guys have anything you want to add to this kind of discussion, or even start a discussion, great. Love to hear it. You can either leave a comment down below, or you can check out the new Facebook page, which is Darth Ram, or you can check it out on Twitter at YT Darth Ram. All that information's already been put up. I really want to take a quick second and say thank you so much to the people that have started following me on the pages. I think that's quite awesome. I don't really know what I should be using those mediums for. So I'm just kind of winging it. But yeah, that's about it. I just want to point you in that direction. Usually on those ones I post pictures of other bikes and stuff like that I see or that I found on the internet. Post links to other videos, stuff like that. So anyways, be sure to check it all out. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel here if you haven't already. And don't forget to mention this to your friends. Pass the word around. Just because it may not be 100% your cup of tea, it might be somebody else's. So I thank you. And have yourselves an awesome bloody day. Darth Ram.